this is all the nachas. This is all the nachas. It's shlemus. This is shlemus. This is what you want.
No, and honestly, everybody chipped in. Rebecca did a magnificent job as always, and Dina definitely came with stuff and bringing stuff, and you're always there. You talk behind the scenes, and you came and didn't like you a check, you know.
I'll be happy.
But honestly, I think the biggest nachas ruach immediately, and I'm speaking selfishly, is that Libby spearheaded it, and my daughter is Rivka and Vita really, you know, set the table, cooked a lot of this stuff, and made a lot of this stuff, and Mommy, although I've shown love and admired Libby for many things, but one thing in particular that stands out in both Daddy and Mommy, that they appreciated the fact that she is such a balabasta. But not only how good it is, but the way it was presented, it always, you know, the presentation, everything, like this is set up like this, you know, it's already that, you know, it's indoctrinated in my girls that things are done like this because they had such a good teacher, and Mommy admired that, and Phil and Daddy did about that. So, Libby, thank you for that. And now, I guess what we're going to create today's day, or this as a Sudas Mitzvah, is the Siyum. And it's very hard because I might break down, even though I'm not, for many reasons, but it's not for naught that the Einikel that's being the Siyum is, to say it was Bubby's favorite, that's a harsh thing to say because she loved everybody. But there was a special relationship that she had with Hillel. She used to look forward every Friday for the longest time. Hillel used to call Bubby and stay on the phone with her for many minutes, and she looked forward to it. She longed for those calls, and she used to always say, "How is my Waterbury boy doing? Is he steiging?" That was the most important thing to her. How is he doing? Is he happy? As a matter of fact, this is, I'm giving like an inside scoop that I don't even think I ever told even to Hillel, but Bobby, many years back, she always had, was always concerned, and that, you know, now that we always talk about Bobby, that she was always concerned about people's feelings and in the family, never to hurt anyone. And there was a number of years that Hillel used to sit as a baby, or as a little, very youngster, he used to sit next to Mark Bubby at the table. And then at a certain point, we started to set it up by age. And then Jonas all of a sudden snuck in and was next to Bubby. And she told me many times, as when you were younger, she said, you know, what happened? I don't want Hillel to feel bad. You know, like all of a sudden he was my partner and he's not there. Yitzi was his dancing partner. Right. But right now I'm focusing on Hillel for a moment. But that Waterbury boy, there was a special yachas and a connection. You know, talk about Waterbury boy, this past Sunday in Waterbury, they made a Sudas Preda for Hillel. This is Gewirtz for he's planning on going there at this room. So his Rabbein, his friends, the Young Light, they made a big barbecue. And Libby and I and all the girls, I didn't want to do the Lapo Yitzi, although maybe I made a mistake because then you would have seen his big brother in a different light. But it was so beautiful to see how Hillel has turned into not only such a big a mensch, Bal Midas, Bal Musar, Bal Machshava, but a Lamdan, and he was Messiah Kedushin, and then his Rebbe said, it's okay, you can take the Kedushin, he's finishing up another Messiah, and that he's just going to be doing today. I don't often enough praise you for, let you know how proud I am of you, because I still have that Gewirtz gene. Maybe I don't tell my kids all the time how proud I am of them and how much I love them. although I pride myself as being a good father, but Mommy and I, our hearts were overwhelmed to see how you've grown, how you shtayed, and how your Rabbein feel about you, how the community feels about you, and the burgers were pretty good. So please turn this Suda, this Yahrzeit-Siyum into a Sudas Mitzvah, and Bubby is very proud.
I'm going to make the Siyum in a couple of minutes, but I feel that it's impossible for me to get up here and not speak a little bit about Bubby. Many have the minog, as we did. It was actually, I got to do it by the Levaya, to say Ishes Chayil by women's Levaya. So the other day, I was thinking that I want to prepare a little something to say, so I said the first place to start would be to look at Ishes Chayil. And the first two Pesukim stood out at me. Ishes Chayil miyimtza b'rachai b'bnina mithra. An accomplished woman who can find far beyond pearls is her value. Bataf bali ba'ala v'shal le'yaser. Her husband's heart relies on her, and he shall lack nothing. I believe that these telling words of Shlomo HaMelech so accurately describe Bubby. So accomplished, far more valuable than pearls. But what would she do as her greatest accomplishment? It was being there for Zadie and helping him grow for over 70 years. Bubby was always there for each and every one of us, always there to give a positive word and make us feel good about ourselves. And I wrote in that for the Shleishim, she had an endearing nickname for everyone. That everyone, you were her only dancing partner. You were her only. I was her only water boy. Everyone had their own to make a special connection, to make us feel so good about ourselves. Mir was the reader.
I was the way.
The list goes on and on. And I'm sure the people that are older than us had the nicknames and have all the memories like we do. There's one story that's actually in that article, but I feel that it's.
Dodo.
I
Big
Dodo.
Dodo. Big Dodo. No, he was Big Dodo. Big Dodo. No, he didn't.
Yeah. Oh, this is
But
good.
he was
This is
actually
good.
for
We're
that
all reminiscing.
Visa?
I don't know.
Can do.
Can't do this.
Remember that? Oh, God. Yeah, and they both had a soft spot for you, Mr. Speech.
There's one story that I wrote in the article, but I feel that it's so powerful, it's so Bubby, that I'm going to say it again. Just a few months before Bubby's Patira, when things were not going well, and Bubby was having a difficult time remembering many things. But in one of our Erev Shabbos phone calls that Daddy spoke about, so in passing, I mentioned a certain event that would be happening that week. The next week when I called, the first thing that Bubby said was, how did the event go? And I was blown away. I was like, she was forgetting a lot of stuff, but it was so ingrained in her care and love and concern for her children, her grandchildren, and for everyone, that nothing could change that. May Bubby's neshama have a tremendous aliyah in Shemayim, and may we all, the entire mishpacha, continue to follow in Bubby and Zadie's footsteps and give them only nachas, and may we soon be reunited with Bubby and Zadie and all of our loved ones with the coming of Mashiach to the kingdom here of Amen.
Yeah, this year?
Yeah.
Perfect. Sometimes you don't need it.
Only if it's not the end of the
That's not
message.
good enough.
The last Gemara in Megillah says, "Vayidaber Moshe es me'adei Hashem al bnei Yisrael," and Moshe declared Yom Tovim Hashem to the bnei Yisrael, mitzvayson sheyu karyonosan and kol echad echad b'zmanei. He said it's a mitzvah to read like we do the right part of the Torah that relates to each Yom Tov in its right time. Taner Rabban Davam Tona Brisa, Moshe Tikan Lam Yisrael, Moshe decree for Klal Yisrael, Shushalim B'Darshu B'Yanish L'Yayim, that they should expound upon the matters of the day. Hilchos Pesach on Pesach, Hilchos of Pesach on Pesach, Hilchos Atzeres B'Atzeres, Hilchos of Shavuos on Shavuos, and Hilchos Chag B'Chag, Hilchos of Sukkos on Sukkos. Hadron Alach B'nei Ha'ir, Usulik Alach Misachtas Megillah. Hadron Alach Misachtas Megillah B'Hadrat Alach. Daitan Alach Misachtas Megillah Daitan Alach. V'Nissa Shevi Nach Misachtas Megillah V'Nissa Shevi Nach Leiba Alma Adin Leiba Alma Da'aseh. Hadron Alach Misachtas Megillah B'Hadrat Alach. Daitan Alach Misachtas Megillah B'Daitan Alach. Mr. Sheminah himself to Megillah, like Sister Sheminah, like Alma Dame, like Alma Dasi. Hadron Allah himself to Megillah, the Hadron Chalan. Daitan Allah himself to Megillah, the Daitan Chalan. Like Mr. Sheminah himself to Megillah, like Sister Sheminah, like Alma Dame, like Alma Dasi. Yahrzeit-Siyum Fanach Adonai Eloheinu V'Hei Avosenu Shepei Taraska and Minasenu Ba'olam Hazeh Shehei Imanu L'Olam Haba. Haninu Bar Papa, Rami Bar Papa, Nachman Bar Papa, Achlai Bar Papa, Abmari Bar Papa, Rafram Bar Papa, Rakish Bar Papa, Sorchot Bar Papa, Adel Bar Papa, Dara Bar Papa. Harav Noah Adonai Eloheinu Es Tevari Sharaska Bafinu V'Fias Amcha Beis Yisrael V'Niya Nachman Tzatzeinu V'Tzatzei Amcha Beis Yisrael V'Lani Yodi Shemad V'Lani Tzorisecha V'Ayalai Takimini Mitzvaysecha V'Olam Gili Libi Sami Michukacha L'man Le'evash L'Olam Le'echa V'Becha V'Vam V'Yisani Baruch Atah Adonai Lamdin Chukacha Amin 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 Sel V'Ed Madu Nakam V'Lach Adonai L'Hinu V'Lehei Avesenu Shesamti Chal Kinim Yeshua V'Yis HaMerdush V'Lei Samti Chal Kinim Yeshua Kiranis She'anu Mashkim V'Hei Mashkim Anu Mashkim L'Dibri Seira V'Hei Mashkim L'Tvarim B'Telim Anu Amil V'Hei Amil Anu Amil M'Kalm Sofer V'Hei Amil V'Hei M'Kalm Sofer Anu Ratz V'Hei Ratzim Anu Ratzim L'Chayel Ma'Bal V'Hei Ratzim V'Her Shachas She'ne'amar V'Ata L'Him Terdim V'Her Shachas Ad She'dam U'Mim L'Yatzu Yemim Aniyat Atbal Yahrzeit-Siyum Fanach Adonai L'Hai Keshem She'Zartani L'Sayim Misachas Megillah Kein Kalzrani L'Haskalim Masachtos U'Sfar Ma'Cherim L'Saimon Lo Medu L'Ahu Yishmer V'Lasus V'Chaim Yishkol V'Rei Sam Tersacha V'A'ava V'Schos Ka'at V'Noyim V'Amiroyim V'Tzam V'Chacham Yami V'Zari Shelai Somush HaTar Mipi Zari V'Zari Zari Ad Olam V'Siskayim V'Salachka Tanka Oisa V'Shachar Chatishmar Alachla V'Achmitzaisa Hiki Sichecha Yirbu Yamecha V'Yasifu V'Chachnei Skayim V'Yam V'Yamina V'Mismar Laisha V'Chavay Adonai Oizla Amin Kein Adonai V'Rechas Amin V'Ashkelim